Hey, what's going on everybody? Brando Free to Play back on my free to play account. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a best hero lineup for the level 2 Gryphon Monster. Now, I know maybe a long time ago I made a video about this monster already, and since then I have learned a lot and my heroes have gotten better. So my previous guide that I had on this is no longer accurate or valid. In all honesty, it sucks, right? Um, so I'm going to go ahead and give you guys the correct team to be using. Now, there are actually two different teams that I'm going to recommend, and I'll show you guys those in a moment. Now, first things first, I want to go ahead and let you guys know a couple things. Number one, I do have monster hunting gear, which you can get free to play via Guildfest rewards. Alright. Next thing I need to make note of is all of the heroes that I will be using are level 60, they are gold grade, and they have all of the trophies in their slots. Okay. Last thing I want to go ahead and mention is my research tree is fully maxed out for monster hunting. Okay, this is pretty important for how much damage I'm able to do. Okay, so I need to mention that way you guys can get an understanding of the percentages that I'm actually being able to do. Now, similar to some of my other videos that I've done, I have saved the first hit reports. Now, the first team that I used was the team that is recommended by the Helpbot online chat, right? This is Demon Slayer, Scarlet Ball, Tracker, Trickster, and Black Crow. Now, this team actually does quite a bit of damage. This team did 22.79%. Now, keep in mind that the percentages can fluctuate up to a percent, alright? Because it really is dependent on when your heroes crit or if they even crit at all. Alright, so this team is pretty solid. Alright, but I wanted to test out other teams that have worked for other monsters, something like the Demon Slayer, Tracker, Trickster, Black Crow, and Scarlet Bolt, which did a respectable 21.7. So if you compare the two, it is about a full percent difference. Okay, pretty big difference. Now, I tried some other teams that had less results, right? A couple of different other variations, a little bit iffy, right? And then I decided to try out the other team again, the first team that I showed you guys. And it gave me 21.19%. So that is a massive drop, a little bit over a percent, almost close to 2% drop from the first hit that I did in this report, right? 22.79, and it went all the way down to 21.19. Okay, so while this team, the first team that I showed you, Demon Slayer, Scarlet Bolt, Tracker, Trickster, and Black Crow, this team is it deals quite a bit of damage, but it is very dependent on critical hits. All right, so it is a high risk, high reward type of a team, while if you want a team that deals more consistent damage throughout every single round, my recommendation at that point would be this team, which is Demon Slayer, Tracker, Trickster, Black Crow, and Death Archer. It dealt 21.7% damage, and if I'm not mistaken, this was kind of like the best team, solid performance team that I had, right? So again, if you are looking for a high burst, high damaging team that is dependent on critical hits, then Demon Slayer, Scarlet Bolt, Tracker, Trickster, and Black Crow is your team. Okay, if you want a lineup that deals consistent high damage, all right, consistent, okay, regardless of crits, it is very consistent. All right, you want to go ahead and use Demon Slayer, Tracker, Trickster, Black Crow, and Scarlet not Scarlet Bolt, and Death Archer. Okay? Again, two teams that I recommend. They both deal very similar damage numbers. One is higher depending on crits. The other one is more of a steady, rock solid numbers. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the highest damaging battle. That way we can go ahead and see how much the crits actually impact these fights. Alright, so right out the bat, lots of damage going down onto the Gryphon because of just the nature of all of these heroes. They deal a ton of damage. Right. Black Crow deals a lot of damage. By default, Scarlet Bolt also debuffs the monster, and also her ultimate deals quite a bit of a debuff as well. Now you guys can see there, the crits are going off like crazy on this monster. You saw an 8k, 10k, 22. You're seeing a lot of damage being put onto this monster. Okay, now this is the crit dependent lineup, and as you guys can see, it deals a ton of damage very quickly, but again, it is dependent on critical hits. I hope that these two teams work out for you. If these teams did work, go ahead and leave a like on the video, subscribe to my channel, and hit that bell notification. That way you guys get notified whenever I post a new Lords Mobile free-to-play video. Until next time, guys, see ya.